Melisa, in People magazine, you reveal your life changed at age 16. What happened then?
At 16, I was sexually assaulted by a family member. It had gone on kind of over the course of a few years in a very manipulative fashion, and at 16, it kind of came to a head. It was my first sexual experience. I didn't know how to process it or what to make of it.
You didn't know what was happening?
No, of course not. I had no idea. And I didn't tell anyone for about 2 years because I was so ashamed and confused, and I was told that if I told anyone, no one would believe me.
And I've talked to a lot of survivors of assault at that age. You're 16, you know what's happening is wrong, but you don't know how to process it.
Yeah, and you know, at 16, I thought I was so mature.
Yeah.
There was alcohol involved. He was much older. I was sort of hanging out, partying with
So you start to blame yourself.
Oh, I definitely blamed myself. And I was told that it was my responsibility and my fault by my assaulter. So yeah, I had no idea how to process something like that.
And around this time, close to high school, you start experimenting with drugs, I assume to numb.
Yeah,
what was happening?
I was looking for any way to take myself out of my body and my experience. I was kind of just looking to like eat it or swallow it, and I thought if I could make myself escape hard enough, it could just go away. And I tried drinking and that didn't work, and I tried acting out and that didn't work, and when I tried pot for the first time, I was like, oh, this is what I was looking for.
And then it became, pot wasn't enough.
No.
I needed something else.
Everything.
Everything.
I did whatever I could get my hands on.
Cocaine.
All of it. The only thing, I never shot up, and I never smoked crack. Those were my like claims to fame.
But you used heroin?
I did. I used heroin in conjunction with ecstasy quite a bit. That was sort of my
So you were just
most powerful
consuming
escape.
Whatever.
Anything.
To numb you.
Everything, yeah. I couldn't stay far enough removed from my life.
Where was your family during this time?
You know, I did a lot of it when I was in college, so I was away and just didn't come home very often. I bounced between households. My parents were divorced, and when one set of parents would catch on that maybe something wasn't right, I would just move. And they had no experience with this. I have no history of alcohol or drug use in my family, so they didn't really know what to think.
So basically you were in many ways on your own.
Yes, and I was highly functional. I held a job.
Wow.
For most of that time, and a lot of my friends didn't even know how. I had like 2 sets of lives. I had my life where I tried to manage, and then I had life with my drug addict boyfriend and friends.
So at some point, you realized you needed help.
Well,
no?
a boyfriend I was living with at the time who recognized how bad things were gave me an ultimatum. He said, if you don't go get help tonight, I'm leaving. And through divine intervention, through God, I took that moment and said, I will go. And he found a bed for me that evening, and within an hour, I was in a rehabilitation clinic, yeah.
What was that first moment when you walk into that rehab facility like for you?
Terrifying. I did not know how I was going to be able to live without this coping. I had to call my mom from a rehab facility and say, like, hey, Mom, I've been using drugs and now I'm in rehab. Like, it was the scariest moment of my life.
And how old were you around this time?
23.
So you're 23, you're a baby, you're supposed to be starting your life, and now you are surrounded by other people struggling.
Yes.
But again, that divine intervention that you refer to kicks in the form of this lifestyle change.
Yes, yes.
How does that happen?
When I got out of rehab, I knew that I had to change. When I got out of rehab the second time, because it didn't stick the first time.
Which is a great point that you make. So many people believe it's a one-off. You know, I have friends, it takes time. And sometimes you got to go back again and again.
Yes.
It is not a one-off.
No, but when I got out the second time, I realized I had to change everything about my life if I was going to maintain my recovery. So I got a new job, I got new friends, I moved, I changed my clothes, I changed my music, and I started exercising and eating well. I wanted to reinforce this idea that I was a healthy person with healthy habits.
So you wanted this outside, inside change. Had you always been attracted to, you know, I guess some people just naturally are healthy eaters. I happen to not be one of those people, but were you healthy-minded in general?
Never.
So this was complete 360 change.